Hello and welcome. In this lecture video, we're going to be talking about the accounting for partners withdrawing from the partnership, okay? So let's talk about, we have three different situations. We have a no bonus example, and then we have a bonus to remaining partners example, and then on the next page, we have a bonus to the withdrawing partner, okay? So in the no bonus example, basically what's happening is that the partner is going to take out cash equal to his or her balance in capital. Okay? So let's say that the partners have the following cash balances: Perez $38,000, Kayla $84,000, and Rashid $38,000. The partners share income and loss equally. Perez gets $38,000 cash. Well, that's equal to his balance in capital. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to decrease Perez's capital balance and then also decrease cash. Okay? Because, and how do we decrease cash? Right? We're paying out cash. We credit cash. How do we decrease capital? Well, capital is equity, and the way to decrease equity is with the debit. So we're simply going to debit H, that's not an H, that's an H, H Perez capital for $38,000. And then credit cash for $38,000. That's our journal entry, okay? And so I say down here too, just to comment on that a little bit more, Perez can take any combination of assets. In this case, it's just cash, but he could take other assets as well. It would just have to be equal to the capital for the no bonus example, okay? Now, sometimes, though, a withdrawing partner is willing to take less than his or her capital balance. Okay? Maybe they really want out of the partnership. Maybe those partners are really difficult to work with, and that partner is just like, I got to get out of here. So in that case, right, rather than taking $38,000 cash, Perez says, I'll take $30,000 and I'll give up my $38,000 equity. Okay? So let's look at that situation here on the next page. Okay, so let's say on the data withdrawal for Perez, partners have the following capital balances. We have Perez has our $38,000 again, and then Kayla has 84 and Rashid has 38, and they share income and loss equally. Perez receives 34,000. So what's going on here? Perez really wants out of the partnership. He says, I'll just take $34,000 cash, or some combination of assets equal to $34,000, even though I have $38,000 in capital. So he really wants out. So he's saying, I'll just take it. Fine. Let me out. Okay. So in that case, we will come over here and we're going to debit H Perez capital for that $38,000, just like we did before. Okay. And then we credit cash 34. How much cash the partnership is going to pay Perez to leave. Now, we have $4,000 difference, right, between our debits and credits. And so what's happening, right, is that he's only taking $34,000 cash, but he has $38,000 in equity. In that situation, the existing partners will share in the difference in equity and assets that are taken out. Okay, so in that case, the difference in capital right here, and then the cash that he's taking is $4,000. And that difference will be shared equally between Zahn and Rashid. Okay? So I'm going to take that $4,000 and I'm going to divide it by 2, which gives me $2,000, of course, right? So then I'm going to increase K Zahn capital by 2,000, and then I will increase H Perez capital by 2,000. Remember, capital is equity, and the way I increase an equity is with a credit. Okay, so I'm increasing their capital accounts. So I'm basically taking the difference between how much cash Hector's taking out and then his balance in capital, taking that difference and then spreading it out among the existing capital accounts for the existing partners. Okay, so that's the situation. where the partner who's leaving is willing to take less cash or some combination of assets than his or her capital balance. Let's look at the situation, though, where Kayla and Rashid don't like Hector anymore. They're done working with him for whatever reason, right? And they want him out. In that situation, they might be willing to say, you know what, you got $38,000 in capital, but we're going to pay you more money to leave. Okay? So in that situation, we're going to have to decrease the existing partner's capital accounts. Okay, so let's look at that example right over here. So it says, on the date of withdrawal of Perez, the partners have the following capital balances, same as before, $38,000 for Perez, $84,000 for Kayla, and $38,000 for Rashid. Okay. Perez gets $40,000 cash, so he's getting more cash than he has in capital. Why would that happen? Again, maybe they just really want him out. So we'll come over here and we're going to debit H Perez capital for the $38,000. We will credit cash for the $40,000. So now what happens, right, is we have to decrease the capital accounts for the remaining partners. And how do I decrease capital? With the debit, because capital is equity, and the way I decrease equity is with the debit. Okay, so now I will then debit Zon capital. Now the difference is $2,000, but it's shared equally, right? Shared equally. So that $2,000 we divide by 2 because the 2 remaining partners, so they each get their capital balances decreased by $1,000. And then that's our journal entry. Okay. Now, when we have the death of a partner's death dissolves the partnership. And then the deceased partner's estate is entitled to receive his or her equity. And then we should, of course, address the death of a partner in the partnership agreement. And in that partnership agreement, we do have some provisions. We have to close the books to determine the income or loss since the end of the accounting period, since the end of the previous accounting period, determine and record any current market values for assets and liabilities. And then the settlement of the deceased partner's estate can involve selling the equity to remaining partners or to an outsider, or it can involve the withdrawal of assets. Okay? So I'm going to stop the lecture video now, and then in the next lecture video, we will do quick check problems. Okay? Thanks so much. Bye.